What is something free from the internet everyone should take advantage of? Good tricks. If you haven't seen the depressing commercials, this is an app that gives you discounts on prescription medications. My dog has epilepsy and I save about $200 a month on his pills. If you still have an independent pharmacy in your area, please consider supporting them instead. For many drugs they're cheaper than the big chains in the first place, but they'll often price match too. Discount cards like GoodRx save you money but charge the pharmacy a fee on every claim. Needy Meds is another good resource. Students, one of my MA professors told me he and his colleagues use it a lot. For what concerns me, Alexandra Elbakin is a hero. Knowledge must be free for everybody. Furthermore, if public money created it like in universities, I wrote both my MA and BA thesis without any other source for articles. To piggyback off this, if you're using these to make an independent or non-profit film, video or short, the musician Moby has put almost all of his catalog up at Moby gratis to use for free. You have to apply to use his music on your film, but the whole process is usually done in under 24 hours, apparently. Edit. I have no idea why the comment was deleted, but it was a list of 3 different free audio and video editing solutions. I bring to you Radio.Garden, my friend. Radio stations from around the globe. Just spin it a bit and click where you want to get a list of radio stations from that country. Great for people who like foreign music, language learners, or people looking to reconnect with something back home. Alternatively, Worldwide Radio is an app for Chrome and Firefox that also has a list of global radio stations if you prefer that. Number of stations is much smaller, though. This site fucking rules. Get new dancehall directly from Kingston, Jamaica. Find out what darkwave is current in Berlin. What is folk music in Lapland. Now you know. Miss Home, wherever it is, you can hear your favorite radio host. Earworms from commercials you grew up with. Music that makes you feel like a kid again. I fucking love this website. It's everything the internet should be. I get so many craft supplies here. One old lady gave me like 50 skeins of baby yarn. My sons both have Afghans made from them and the lady and I keep in touch. I started by randomly sending her a picture of my eldest with the blanket and it just continued from there. Libby is amazing, so easy to use and lots of selection. Definitely recommend this. I'm in Canada so I know for sure it works here. Sometimes the wait times for new bestsellers can be a little ridiculous, but since the pandemic they've added more copies and cut down on wait time tremendously, so hopefully they keep doing that. Wordle. It is, hands down, the best online thesaurus ever. You can search synonyms and antonyms, and it includes slang, explicit language, and multi-word phrases, all of which are typically excluded in other thesauruses I've used. This feature lets you find both more specific/academic/professional words and more general/slang/colloquial words. It's saved my sanity in term papers and texts alike. When you search a word or phrase, you get a page that breaks down synonyms by meaning and part of speech. Check out this page for live, with 11 verb usages, 13 adjective usages, and 3 adverb usages. Bonus, I actually ended up using to Wordle while writing this comment. Disclaimer, I'm a contributor to the Noun Project. I make a couple cents whenever someone with an account downloads my icons. I feel obligated to mention that they're only free with proper attribution. Otherwise you're expected to pay for them, subscription or otherwise. And if it's something that you find to be valuable, you should seriously asking your boss to get your office a subscription. 2 TV. It has a ton of movies, not exactly box office hits, but it's got movies and they change every month. I've watched movies like Fury and Airplane on there. Best part is you can get it in phone, laptop, and PS4 as far as I know of. 100% free, 100% recommend. Edit. They also have TV shows and anime. I've watched One Punch Man and Fairy Tail. TurboTaxSuccess.com. It's created by Hassan Minhaj with a list of websites to file free taxes with direct links instead of misleading users to paying. Hassan Minhaj talks about it in his Patriotic Tax Volume 6 episode Why Doing Taxes is So Hard. Edit. Wow. I'm really glad I watched this episode and happened to be on this post at the same time. I just wish this post was sooner than the tax due date. Thank you /you/for Pendleton18 for my first gold. And thank you /you/Energy Taker Lad for my first +1 award. If you're a student or are really trying to stay focused at work, there's an app called The Forest. Stay focused. I could be wrong, but it's definitely The Forest. It's a free app that's available as an extension on Google Chrome or the Apple App Store. Basically, you plant a tree, set a time limit, and you can only go on the sites that you've added to the whitelist or your tree will die. It's designed to stop you from always being in social media while you're supposed to be studying or doing something productive. I prefer Stay Focused. Immediately blocks your access from any site. Edit. To clarify, you can set the blacklisted sites you want to block, and even a fixed period of time you have per day to browse those sites. Edx. It's completely free online courses, usually 2 6 weeks per course, taught by professors from top-notch universities from all over the world: Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Oxford. It's just like taking classes from a university, with assignments, lectures to watch, etc., and the courses are varied and interesting. Another online use people don't think about is libraries. Go to your local library, get a card, and you get a huge selection of books right on your phone, Kindle, laptop, etc. You check out the books online and you get them on your device for 3 weeks usually. The book then deletes itself, but you can check the book back out if need be. It's completely free. Edit. Here's the Edx link. And did you know, if you want a credit for a course that you have taken on Edx but the price is too high, usually $200 per credit, just send them a letter to explain for your financial problem. 99% of the time they will grant you support for 90% of the cost for every credit. I took 5 damn quality credits for supply chain management from MIT, yes MIT, and only paid around $100. Sup per stonk my friends. All my friends are enjoying this better than any course we have in university. Some libraries also provide access to services that offer movies and films as well as books, like Hoopla or Canopy, with your library card. Plus there are other databases you could have access to like Ancestry.com and tons more on any topic you can think of. It depends on your library though, because these databases and online resources are quite pricey, so if the library's budget is being cut, the online resources are usually the first to go. Also, since the pandemic, libraries are starting to focus more on virtual programming like story times, craft tutorials, STEM activities, online escape rooms, murder mysteries and so much more, all being offered for free. So definitely check out the resources your local library offers. And Khan Academy Kids. That app single-handedly saved me during this pandemic. My kid can play it for hours, if I let him, and he can control the content he plays. The other day I heard him listening to the first grade lessons about compound words, and he's been trying to make up compound words on his own now. He's almost 4. A fun thing to just check out is the first ever website. Something else that's really cool is the Library of Babel, which essentially contains every possible string of letters, periods, and commas. At first glance it seems a bit uninteresting, until you realize every story, text message, word, thought, the names of every person who ever lived, the names of every person who didn't live, the secrets behind the creation of our universe, are technically within the many volumes of the library. You can search anything you want in the library and it'll find it for you. It's honestly quite mind-blowing. My 90s TV. This is more of a novelty website to kill some time. but I think it's pretty cool and you can easily lose yourself for hours with nostalgia. It basically uses YouTube videos to simulate watching TV in 90s, and you can specify what year you want and what categories you want to see when you change channels. There is also a My 80s TV and a My 70s TV, and the dev has said they are considering building one for the 2000s. I use this for boot camp on my MacBook for occasional games and such, and people should know that there's a couple strings attached. One is that you can't change the desktop background. Who cares? The other is there's a wall. Not really take advantage of, but there's tons of free apps to learn at least a little sign language. I'm like 70% deaf, on top of auditory processing disorder that probably stems from my autism, and I'd really love to meet a stranger that signs. It's only ever happened once, when some random little kid translated for me at Starbucks. The site lifeprint.com has awesome lessons. My sister and I are learning together BC. She has an autoimmune disease that's causing hearing loss, and I am sometimes mute due to a complex condition called speech apraxia. Completely free lessons there, but you have to be willing to put the work in. Free language immersion programs. I'm not just talking about Duolingo. Tandem and HelloTalk are free language exchange apps. You put in the language you're learning and it connects you with native speakers that want to learn your native language. I've heard of people having problems with speakers using it as a dating app, but I've never had that happen myself. There are language immersion Discord servers for nearly any language you want to learn. You can usually just Google it and find one somewhere. Subreddits for languages oftentimes have their own Discord servers. Google Chrome has several extensions that will translate phrases for you, teach you new words, etc. without any extra effort. You're practically learning a language every time you use the internet. Edit, Gloss, Kipsis, and Langulearn are good ones. If there's a popular public domain book in English, chances are, it's been translated and is in public domain in other languages. Usually when learning a language, I'll try to be able to read The Little Prince by the end of my first year of learning, which isn't public domain everywhere but is still easy to find, never too expensive, and usually easy to read. Many websites offer real-time, well, basically, flight tracking, not just flight status but maps and markers, updating every second of flights all around the world, updated arrival times. They've saved me hours of waiting in cell phone lots because I didn't know a plane left late, or arrived early, etc. For parents, commonsensemedia.org lays out new movies and apps and other pop culture items and discuss them and the age appropriateness in case the parent is unaware of what something is. There's also classes about how teens and kids can learn to responsibly use the internet. Seems dumb but I try to plug it any chance I get. I have pretty bad anxiety and PTSD. There is some movie, TV content that I've learned just isn't good for my mental health. I use that site all the time to get the sense of whether a movie or TV show is something I want to spend time watching. Another helpful site is noaesthetically.com, which breaks content down even further. Common Sense Media is alright but not great. They're good if you want to know what's in a movie to make sure it's safe for your kid, but they always go 3-4 years too high for their age ratings. I always scroll down to the What Parents and Kids Think section. You get much better age ratings there. Free condoms. Many states in the U.S. should have an anti-HIV/sexual health program where they discreetly mail you a pack of condoms for free after you fill out a super short anonymous survey. The caveat is the shipping time is around 2-3 weeks, but hey, they're free. Edit, spelling. Someone posted a link for free condoms in my state a couple weeks ago and I saw there were options for different types of condoms, so I picked flavored and I got over 50 flavored condoms in the mail. I am not even sure what to do with them. I used to use Wikipedia for all my assignments until I entered university, where professors simply invalidated information taken off Wikipedia, because apparently it could be easily edited by anyone. Since then, and it's been 5 years doing research, I've tried befriending Google Scholar, but I deeply miss my old best friend Wikipedia. stumble upon. It's a free browser extension that shows you cool websites like these listed in this thread. You can sign up and tell them what you'd like to see, know, and they'll tailor your experience to those things. Don't like a site recommended to check out? You can rate it and bam, never to be seen again. Or just press the stumble button for hours and hours of procrastination. It's super addicting. If you're an Amazon shopper, review everything you get, not just star rate and I liked it. Pretend you're rations and tell everyone why they should or should not buy this product. Over the years, I've been sent so much free stuff from companies, and now Amazon has a program to just get free stuff directly. You have to qualify for it, and the way to qualify is to write helpful reviews for things you've already bought. I've got a decent streaming setup for it, which largely for free. By doing this, I'm getting a couple new lav mix and some lights this week to test out. Surprised I haven't seen these. Project Liber is free project management software. The website describes it as like Google Docs but for Ms. Project. Lucidchart is free web-based diagramming software, prettier than Visio. The free version is sufficient for most projects, but they also have a paid version that offers more robust functionality. OpenOffice has become a bit redundant since Google stepped up their game with Docs and Sheets, but still a decent alternative to Word and Excel if you want a more traditional desktop solution. Google Voice is nice for a free alternate phone number. Lastly, a little more niche of comment, but Salesforce provides their full enterprise CRM to nonprofits for free, up to 10 accounts. Torrenting. I must have missed a memo because in the 2000s/2010s it was pretty common practice, but now everyone thinks it's like downloading a car. If you're poor and can't afford digital media, just fucking torrent instead of depriving yourself. Your taxes go towards libraries that likely have whatever digital media you're looking for. So if you can't be bothered to get the library card, then just torrent the shit you want. Makes zero sense to shame a person for torrenting a book or TV show if their local library could give it to them for free anyway. Methinks the rise of propaganda is largely behind the anti-torrenting sentiment so common these days. Very convenient now that Netflix, Spotify, Apple Music and all the other streaming services have become the norm. Fuck those companies. All of them. Same with textbook companies. I hope LibGen bankrupts any textbook company. Reddit should be ashamed for banning any subreddit that promotes torrenting. This place was so pro-torrenting in the early 2010s and it was awesome. The golden age of the internet has died and the Wild West is long gone, it seems. Makes me sad. I'm sure someone has probably mentioned this already, but I'm saying it anyway. Library Genesis practically got me through college and medicine. For someone who can't really afford journal subscriptions all the time or the books I need in my classes, these site offers them for free in excellent quality with regular updates. Even fictional books for pub and comics are also there. Just to note, however, that I really support intellectual property rights, so I am planning to give back and actually buy the books I've used once I have stable income. If the journal articles are not in LibGen, you can try Suba as well. Vimeo also features amazing, high-quality short films. You might want to check that out. If you want to have a skill that could come in handy, learning coding isn't that hard. There are countless resources online for helping one learn, and huge communities that can answer questions with nearly any language. It's definitely a skill that looks good on a resume if you're looking for any sort of job that could involve any sort of analytics. It collects the data on what you buy and what you search for in your browser, then sells that data to third parties in order to make money. It needs the money to keep improving the system so you can have a good experience with it in order to tempt you to keep it. By doing that, it collects more data, so make even more money, and this time they will keep a portion, if not all the money, because it's money. People want to be paid for their work. TL Doctorate collects your search data in order to sell it to make money. For music lovers, Last.fm is a great resource to sign up for. I've been a member since 2006. It tracks all your listening through their scrolling system, which now can be accessed straight through Spotify. As you listen, it not only builds a library of all you listen to, It makes recommendations based on your current trends. If you're the kind of person who really enjoys stats, it's a must-have. Daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly listening statistics for everyone, all for free. You can get a premium membership, but I don't know what all it unlocks. I've always been completely satisfied with the free membership. 14 years strong.